The history of Egypt is incredibly complicated, especially with Roman and Greek occupation. So what is the state of scholarship now as regards to Cheik Anta Diop's ideas on Egypt as a black civilization? To what extent does it refine or change his first thoughts and writings?
Parce que le fait de ne même pas discuter ses œuvres, c'est en fait le tuer encore. Je ne sais pas si tu peux compléter ou non.
So, just to interpret, William is particularly talking about the state of scholarship on Cheik Anta Diop in Senegal and in Africa. And he says that in Senegal it's really a dead end, that Cheik Anta Diop's work is not taught in the university, in the school system. But that after this film, the Senegalese Ministry of Education organised a seminar at the university, and they have now said that it will come on to the school programme and to the university programme. He thinks in reality that will take another 2 years at least. But he thinks that the important thing with this film is that people realise in universities across the African continent that there need to be chairs in Egyptology, that there need to be people who are adequately trained to be able to engage at that kind of sustained, profound level with Cheik Anta Diop's ideas and work. And that's why he says that Cheik Anta Diop has, in a sense, suffered several deaths in the way that his work has been erased or minimised in different university contexts on the African continent.
The most uncomfortable part of the film seemed to be the white French academic who was detracting from Diop's research and trying to, undermine it. Can you say why you included him? Did you want to give an example of how many people do try to undermine his research and his views?
Blanc, et pouvez-vous donner un exemple de combien de gens vont à l'opposé, qui vont opposer la pensée de Cheik?
Est-ce que, avant de répondre, est-ce qu'elle peut dire si Froment est crédible ou non pour elle?
He would like you to say before he answers whether you find Froment credible or not.
I don't, because he didn't give any hard and fast evidence about why he would question the credibility of Diop's research. But he was very confident, and obviously he must be a respected academic in his own right.
C'était bien aussi de donner des avis contraires.
So Willie said that he thinks Froment is very representative of a certain current of thought in the West, in the Occident, which hasn't integrated Cheik Anta Diop's thought, and that Froment had the courage, in some sense, to take part in this project, in this film. He also said that there are African academics, scholars, who also don't believe Cheik Anta Diop's work or don't find it credible, and he contacted those scholars, but because the film is immortal and so on, they were a bit resistant to take part in the project. Voilà, pour résumer.
Oui. Quand on entend Cheik Anta Diop, particulièrement dans ce que j'appelle le climax, c'est-à-dire le long plan séquence où Cheik Anta Diop explique que la vérité sonne blanche, on a l'impression que toute sa vie, il a rencontré des gens comme Froment, qui n'ont pas vraiment d'arguments scientifiques, mais plus idéologiques. Et que ça a été son combat toute sa vie, depuis même l'école, avant même Nation Nègre et Culture, avant 1954 et jusqu'à sa mort. Et même jusqu'à aujourd'hui, puisque c'est quand même étrange, 30 ans après sa mort, de rencontrer quelqu'un qui parle comme Froment, encore aujourd'hui.
Laurence thinks that the scene, what she calls the climax of the film, the bit where we see Cheik Anta Diop say that truth sounds white, la vérité semble blanche.
Oui.
That you feel behind this, the emotion behind it, the fact that Cheik Anta Diop encountered that kind of resistance, people who resisted his ideas all of his life, but also recognised that resistance to his ideas was ideological and not scientific. and that he had encountered that kind of opposition all the way from school, all the way through his education.
Mhm.
Okay, got time. I did promise that one final question. We do need to leave quite quickly. And it's, as we began with Come Revolution, we're going to end with that. This Cheeky, please.
Thank you. Thank you so much for today. Being from Kenya myself, I'm really sad that I didn't know very much about him. And my question is how he is regarded, if you know how he's regarded in Egypt.
Et puis, pour de trucs de pharaon, quoi.
So Charles Finch, the black writer who we see in the film, he organises 2 trips every year, taking people to visit the pharaohs, to 2 circuits that he does.
Okay, I'm going to save no, we've got to finish there. We can make sure that you can ask him personally outside. We've got to finish there, but the toughest question, I'm afraid, and it's for me, to William, and it's going to be the toughest question you've got since you arrived in the country. Who are you supporting tomorrow? Senegal have been knocked out, sadly. Is it West African, Cameroon, or is it the homeland of Egypt? Who are you supporting tomorrow? The African Nations Cup final, for those that don't know, in football.
Ah, c'est à la Cannes.
Ouais, non, c'est une question très délicate parce que c'est le Cameroun qui a éliminé le Sénégal. Mais tir au but, penalty, ça veut dire que le Sénégal...
Excuses, even I know that.
non, ça veut dire que le Sénégal a le même niveau que le Cameroun, donc demain je supporte le Cameroun.
So tomorrow, Cameroon, even though Cameroon knocked out Senegal on penalties.